Hello and welcome to this June 7th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Well, today we are featuring eBay Inc. This is a consumer discretionary sector-based company or services-based company. Taking a look at this chart, technically, there's actually some mixed signals. Wall Street finished terribly bearish on Friday, so it's hard to get too excited to the long side, even though we didn't have any major breakdowns yet of price support in the overall market. And normally, as you get closer to support, probably should be thinking more in terms of longs than in shorts. So I actually like this one on the short side better if we see a breakdown in the market on Monday. But what I like here from a short perspective is the fact that we did have a breakout intraday on Friday. Even though the market was down, eBay actually was having a pretty nice day until probably the last couple of hours. And then we had the reversal. We came back down. We closed below this 20-day moving average. And you can see we printed a reversing doji, a long-legged doji, which would indicate that more short-term weakness is probable. Not guaranteed, but probable. The heavy volume, it looked like we had a big volume breakout. The fact that we had such heavy volume and we couldn't sustain it into the close does make me think that in the near term we could see some lower prices. Now, I can't talk about this chart without mentioning one very bullish factor, and that is that as we put in the lower prices towards the end of May on eBay, take a look at the MACD, which actually had turned up a little bit. As I'm looking across most of the market, I'm starting to see more and more positive divergences form, which means that if we do break down, it could be something that's very quick. It might be something that's fairly substantial as well, but it may be quick to the downside because many stocks are beginning to show some bullish momentum in terms, or at least a slowing of the bearish momentum. I probably should distinguish between the two. We were clearly moving straight down on eBay. You can see throughout April and into early May, and with that, the MACD was moving straight down with it. But you can see that as we've put in lower prices, the MACD actually not only stabilized, but actually turned up as we put in those lower lows. And you can see here right on the bottom, we put in a bullish engulfing candlestick also that marked the bottom, and we started to move up. Now, normally when you get back up, you close above the 20-day moving average with a positive divergence in place with decent volume coming in like we had on Thursday. We would expect more movement to the upside, and we got it on Friday. But again, the big problem was the lack of sustainability in that move. You might blame that, well, you certainly could blame that on the overall market, the fact the market was so weak into the close. Not even a strong intraday move like eBay had could hold into Friday's close. So I've got a little bit of a mixed bag here, but I wanted to be able to point out a couple of reversing candlesticks. Number one, clearly this bullish engulfing candle on the bottom with a positive divergence, that's always going to be bullish in my view when you have that combination of reversing candle and a positive divergence. And normally I would expect a 50-day test off of this. So we haven't gotten up there that far. That is a possibility. If you do consider shorting eBay, I think you're going to want to keep a tight stop on it. A close over 22.25 would make me nervous, especially if the volume's big, and certainly an intraday move above Friday's 22.84 high would have me out of that stock as well. To the downside, if the market breaks down, eBay moves with it. I think you've got to be looking down here near this 20.25 to 20.30 area. And if that level breaks, you can't see it here on the chart, but the next key support area on eBay is down at about a 1950 gap support area. So those are the two levels I'd be looking at to the downside. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at InvestedCentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.